Rickie Fowler is as popular for his successes as he's renowned for his failures on the golf course. He's known what life feels like around Cloud 9 and what it tastes like when you hit rock bottom. Today, we'll take you through his highest highs and how he overcame his lowest lows. Let's take a look at the story of a former dirt bike rider's promising beginning, his sudden collapse, and his celebrated resurgence. You can also tell us what part of Fowler's career you've enjoyed the most in the comments. Fowler's career has been an up and down ride, so we'll start right from the top. Let's start with why so many golf fans anticipated his pro career. Fowler, a golf star from the dirt. Fowler has one of the most unlikely origin stories among pro golfers. As the son of a former motocross racer in Murrieta, California, Fowler was a young feral lad. He was following his father's footsteps into the high-octane world of motorsports when he became an avid racer. He was making a name on the Californian circuits, yet he had harbored a passion for golf since he was 3 years old. This was an odd combination. Golf is a sport so far removed from that world of speed junkies that a meeting point is almost unimaginable. But Fowler did it. He brought them together. He was comfortable on the tracks and focused on the greens. But in that polyamorous relationship, golf was the side chick, until Fowler suffered a bad foot injury at 14. You'd have never guessed golf to be the wild, jealous type, but what do you know? With broken foot bones, Fowler's need for speed ended, so he devoted all his energy to golf full-time. He was already shooting rounds in the 60s at age 12, and with that level of talent, pro golf was only a couple of years away. The self-taught prodigy spent his free hours honing his skills on the driving range. Back then, his father would even take sand to golf courses in exchange for golf balls Fowler could practice with. Their dedication paid off as Fowler soon became a formidable junior amateur, collecting medals and growing in popularity. In 2005, he won the Western Junior, the oldest national junior golf tournament in the U.S., and only the eventual winner Richie Ramsey could stop him at the 2006 U.S. Amateur. As time went on, Fowler's game improved. In his senior year, he won the 2007 Southwest League Final and led Murrieta Valley High School to the state final. Later that year, he was wearing the orange of Oklahoma State University when he won his first collegiate victory at the Fighting Illini Invitational. Fowler was a member of the victorious 2007 Walker Cup team. He paired with Billy Horschel to win his 2 foursomes, but he lost one and won one in the singles. To top off 2007, he won the Sunihana Amateur and the Players Amateur. The next year, Fowler continued his impressive run of form. He defended his Sunihana Amateur and finished the first round of the U.S. Open in 7th place. Although he finished in 60th overall at the U.S. Open, Fowler was leading among his peers. He confirmed this when he won the Ben Hogan Award in 2008. It meant he was the top collegiate golfer in the U.S., and between 2007 and 2008, he was the world's #1 amateur for 36 weeks. Fowler had the posture of a star, and the golf world was excited to see what he could do on the big stage against the best in the business. So how did he return the embrace of his waiting gallery? A good start. Fowler had shown a lot of promise as an amateur, so golf fans couldn't wait for his arrival in the professional game, and he wouldn't make them wait long. In 2009, after returning from the Walker Cup with a perfect record, Fowler turned pro. He got his first taste of professional life at the Albertsons Boise Open on the Nationwide Tour. He played as a pro for the first time on the PGA Tour at the Justin Timberlake Shriners Hospitals for Children Open and finished tied for 7th. This was one of many terrific performances on the PGA Tour, and it was a glimpse into what was to come on Fowler's golf journey. At the Fries.com Open, he missed the trophy by a stroke after losing a 3-way playoff between him, Jamie Lovemark, and winner Troy Matson. He added another T2 finish at Pebble Beach before receiving his PGA Tour Pro card through qualifying school. Titleist was the first to bet on Fowler's image, and why not? He had a good game, a solid amateur background, a cool personality, and his good looks were perfect for ads. It wasn't long before other brands took the cue as Fowler's star rose and his fan base grew. 2 runner-up finishes at the 2010 Waste Management Phoenix Open and the Memorial Tournament shot him into the top 50 on the official World Golf Ranking, and it turned out that 2010 Ryder Cup captain Corey Pavin had been taking note. He surprised fans when he selected Fowler to play for the U.S. team. At 21 years and 9 months, Fowler became the youngest golfer to play for the U.S. team and the second youngest in Ryder Cup history after Sergio Garcia. At the end of 2010, Fowler won a controversial PGA Tour Rookie of the Year honor. Many believe it should have gone to Rory McIlroy, who had a more successful year on and off the course, but the PGA Tour felt the crown belonged to Fowler. Fowler struggled to keep a firm grasp on his game the following season. His highlights were a T2 at the WGC Bridgestone and a T5 finish at the Open at the Royal St. George's. But for the brightest spark in his 2011, he had to go to faraway Asia. As if to say he deserved his Rookie of the Year award, he beat Rory McIlroy by 6 strokes at the One Asia Tour's Kolon Korea Open. Fowler's first win couldn't have come at a better time, as his game was floundering. He needed that victory for his confidence. When it was time for Fowler's first PGA Tour victory, McIlroy was there again. This time with DA points in a 3-way playoff for the 2012 Wells Fargo Championship. Fowler closed the game early with a birdie on the first extra hole of sudden death to beat McIlroy again. 2013 was a barren year with a few good showings, but he returned in 2014 to have one of the best years in major tournaments. He followed a T5 at the Masters with a T2 at the US Open. Then he tied Sergio Garcia for second place and lost the Open Championship by 2 strokes to Rory McIlroy. He capped his year at the majors with a T5 at the PGA Championship, losing to McIlroy again. This result made it a total of 4 winless top 5s in major tournaments for Fowler. It was a bittersweet achievement as he was in the right place on many occasions but failed to seize the opportunity. Of all the 4 players who have finished in the top 5 in all 4 majors in a year, Fowler is the only one who ended up without at least one of the 4 trophies. With that kind of form, fans expected Fowler to do big things, and he did at home and abroad. A week after his colleagues voted him the most overrated player on tour, he won the 2015 Players' Championship. And for his first win on the European Tour, he claimed the 2015 Aberdeen Asset Management Scottish Open. He rounded off the year with his 3rd PGA Tour win at the Deutsche Bank Championship. After that extraordinary year, Fowler's career continued to be a steady wave of hills and valleys. He won the Abu Dhabi HSBC Golf Championship on the European Tour in 2016 and the 2017 Honda Classic. He would have to wait until 2019 to win again at the Waste Management Open. His remarkable game got him more top 5s at majors and runner-up finishes at non-majors. But for golf fans, this was a poor return on investment. It wasn't what they expected from that bright youngster from Murrieta. And little did they know, the road was about to get even rougher for the former daredevil. No pundit could have foreseen what was about to happen to Fowler. This next phase of his career filled everyone with questions because Fowler's situation was more than a slump. It was a near-death experience. Fowler's fall-off. Fowler wasn't the most successful golfer in the world, but he was consistent. In 2020, things began to fall apart as terrible performances succeeded poor ones. The year had started well for Fowler. A T5 at the Century Tournament of Champions and T10 at the American Express made it look like he was about to have a good year, but his hopes soon quickly went down. It was like the work of a master illusionist, except this was no illusion. COVID-19 forced the PGA Tour to take a break, and when the season restarted, Fowler's entire game was gone. It was as if he went into hibernation and returned a completely different golfer. How bad was it? Well, let's just say Fowler probably got more paper cuts than he made cuts on the PGA Tour. And when he did, he finished way off the top 10. For example, he tied for 49th at the Northern Trust and missed qualification for the BMW Championship. He was missing in action at the PGA Championship where he missed the cut. He did better at the US Open with a T49 finish, and his best finish at a major tournament was his T29 at the Masters. 2021 marked a further fall from grace. For the first time since 2010, Fowler failed to qualify for a major tournament. His name wasn't on the leaderboard at the Masters, and it didn't make it to the weekend of the Players' Championship. It was another disappointing year of missed cuts and high scores. It was a turn in his career's trajectory that no one, including Fowler, saw coming. The only good thing about 2021 was the T8 at the PGA Championship, a regular occurrence that then seemed like a fluke. By 2022, Fowler looked done. The brilliance, composure, and heart that got him close many times and won him trophies looked gone. He missed all cuts in his first 3 starts, and it took a T55 at the Genesis Invitational to stop the lackluster run. His performance at the majors was nothing to write home about because he barely played in them. He played just the PGA Championship, where he finished T29. By the season's end, Fowler, a former feature in the top 10 of the official World Golf Ranking, was 125th on the FedEx Cup standings. He was right on the brink of losing his PGA Tour Pro card. Of course, that was a loud wake-up call, and you won't believe how Fowler answered it. If you're enjoying the video so far, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn on notifications to get more content like this. And don't forget to share your thoughts about Rickie Fowler's career in the comments. Sometimes in life, we fall very hard, and we have no choice but to pick ourselves up and give it another shot. So how did Fowler save his career from an eerie demise? The Resurgence. Fowler is a guy who knows all about falling behind and regaining his lead. He would know how to shake off a bruise and continue a race, and when he saw how bad things had gotten, he knew exactly how to get back on track. Some things had to go. He spent the offseason making some serious changes to his team. Joe Scavron had been his caddy since he turned pro, but whatever kept them together wasn't working anymore. So after 13 years of their partnership, Fowler replaced him with Ricky Romano. He also parted ways with his swing coach John Tillery, and to rediscover his swing, he returned to his old tutor Butch Harmon. During Fowler's downtime, he seemed to have lost the piece of him that made him play wonderful golf, and when the 2022-23 season resumed, he had reversed the curse. Fowler had found his swing and his iconic smile again. He announced his comeback right out of the gate with a T6 finish at the season-opening Fortinet Championship in September 2022. A month later, he recorded his first runner-up finish in almost 3 years at the Zozo Championship. Generally, things have been looking up for Fowler, but it was at the US Open that he had fans believing again. He opened his title challenge with a special first-round score of 62. Interestingly, Xander Schauffele, playing a group behind Fowler, also posted a 62. The two made light work of the course of the Los Angeles Country Club, and their achievement was even more spectacular because they did it at a tournament notorious for its difficulty. It was one for the record books, too. Before their scores, Brandon Grace's 62 at the 2017 Open was the only time anyone had scored 62 at a major tournament. So Fowler and Schauffele were the second and third golfers to record rounds of 62 at the majors. However, by the final round, it seemed Fowler had exhausted his magic on that first round. He slowly dashed the hopes of the fans cheering him on with his inability to extend his lead. Although he held a share of the lead into the last round after carding 68 and 70 in the second and third rounds, he threw it all away on Sunday. He let the atmosphere get the better of him when he fired 7 bogeys in the last round to card a 5 over 75 and finish in a 3-way tie for 5th. But even though his US Open ended unluckily, Fowler only took positives from his performance, as if he knew his mindset would pay off 2 weeks later. After years of making fans hold their breath, Fowler finally let them exhale in a glorious roar. 1,610 days after his win at the 2019 Waste Management Open, Fowler won the 2023 Rocket Mortgage Classic. He voiced everyone's thought in the post-game interview when he said, "I knew it was just a matter of time with the way I was playing." The golf world was ecstatic to see the man in orange pose with a trophy after his long dry spell. But is there a major championship in the script for Fowler? If he keeps playing this way, guess it's just a matter of time. If you enjoyed this video about Rickie Fowler's rise, fall, and resurgence, check out the video on the screen now, or the one we posted below. We're sure you'll like that one too. Let us know in the comments if there's another golfer whose journey you'd like us to cover. See you there!